Also as an award-winning playwright, and now she has added author to her name. Ameera Patel's first novel, Outside the Lines, explores the thin line that divides the world of the haves and the have-nots. She takes us on a journey of the characters' emotional turmoil as they go through their lives filled with identity confusion, drug abuse, complex relationships, and a dark past. Ameera joins us this morning to talk more about the book. Ameera, good morning.
Morning.
So we know you from everything else, and now we can tick that box that says author.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, before we talk about the book quickly, just that process of writing a book and kind of discovering this side of yourself.
Yeah, it's completely different because I think acting, especially stage and television acting, is so specific in terms of you're creating a character and you're going in and you're just focusing on your character, and writing a novel is literally like, I like to think of it as like the ultimate power in that you are the director, you're the set design, you're the costume design, you're the actor, you're the villain. You're the villain, you're everything. And you play all the characters that no one would cast you as in real life.
So, just for the benefit of our viewers, give us a brief synopsis of Outside the Lines.
So Outside the Lines it sits somewhere between a thriller and a family drama.
Okay.
So it's quite an exciting book. It's fast-paced. It's about 5 different characters who live in Johannesburg, and their lives all sort of intersect and cross over each other. And the lead character gets kidnapped, and things kind of spiral.
So it deals with a lot of issues. It deals with identity confusion, drug abuse, complex relationships, but it also, you've created a story that sits within racial groups,
Yes.
between black, white, Indian families. Most people would argue that for a debut novel, that's pretty complex to start off with. Most people are trying to kind of just put a book together.
Yeah, I don't think I understand simplicity very well.
Okay.
But yeah, I think for me, I wanted, maybe it's because I'm an actor, so I wanted to explore the characters fully. And actually when I started writing, I had ideas of even more characters, and they kind of had to fall away to kind of keep the strength of the novel, as opposed to just flood it with.
How did we get to the process of writing a book? Because a lot of creatives, it's either one stream and they're quite happy to be comfortable there. Was there one of the things from the beginning, was it always kind of your idea to, at some point I'd like to write a book, at some point I'd like to put pen to paper more than just as a playwright?
Yeah, I think my love for writing has been a slow development. So I started as a poet, doing sort of smaller things, and then sort of as I was already acting on stage, sort of the plays came easier. And somewhere along there I thought, well, I'd like to try to write the novel. And so I did my master's in creative writing. And
so this started out as a project?
It started out as a project. I mean, that was the reason that I did my master's, is I wanted a novel. And it actually was something that I enjoyed doing. So.
Themes of drug abuse, kidnapping, is consistent in the book. What are you trying to tell the reader? Where are you trying to take the reader? I
think it's a fast-paced, quite a scary journey for the reader. But there are 5 different characters. So while the one is going through something that's quite dark and quite deliciously scary, then someone else is falling in love. So it's kind of all the different things that happen in a big city at the same time. One person is waking up and having their cornflakes, and another person is, having a line of cocaine.
When a creative puts all the years of experience on stage into a book, some of the elements are similar. You have to create the characters, you have to develop them, but there are some new things that you have to incorporate that might not have been part of that skill set. What was that for you when putting this book together, finally into a novel project? I
think actually the big difficulty was negotiating space. Especially, the book is very firmly set in Johannesburg, and I wanted it to be a true representation and something that people who live here can feel like, I know that place, I've seen that place, and kind of have it be a truthful representation. I think that was...
What are the truths, or what are the things that you're trying to create is that anybody can fall into a trap. Anybody can be caught in a situation. Is that true?
No. I think that the characters, while some of them are victims, I think that they're always choices that they've made.
Okay.
And I do think that we have power over our choices.
Are we going to find a sequel here? Because the book ends kind of open, is open-ended at the end. Is there a sequel in mind?
There's definitely another book in my head,
Okay.
but I don't think it's a sequel.
Okay, so it's something completely different.
Yeah.
When you read this book, you kind of see it as a movie, but I know you're a theatre person. Could it work on in theatre or not?
I would say no. I think it's too big. I think for theatre you need a distilled idea and you need a single story, and there's too many things. I think this could work as a film.
Anybody in this book that kind of exists in real life? Because the characters are so real. Have you taken them from people?
Elements of them. I think they're all combinations.
So none of your friends are going to read a character and go, "Oh, but that's me."
No. No, I hope not.
Okay. Our book's a lot. Ameera Patel is an author. She was talking about her new edgy debut thriller novel, Outside the Lines. You can, of course, go and get it. It's a great gift. Buy for your friends, your family, or your enemies, and you can have something to talk about. It's called Outside the Lines by Ameera Patel. We'll take an break. Don't get it.